I mean, like this is like 1 plus 1 equals 2, man. This is obvious. It says New York Post, Instagram post from the New York Post. Bisexual and lesbian women die sooner than heterosexual women, according to researcher. At the end of the day, this is like something that you don't even have to look up. This is something that's just a fact. Why is that? Because if you have two women that come together, there's more of a chance, there's a higher rate of a sexually transmitted disease. And also, we understand that that's not natural. So, something that's not natural is always going to be, it's always going to have a negative effect on that dynamic. It just is. I don't care what nobody says. Two men together, they're not really happy. You can't get real happiness out of something that's not natural. I don't care what nobody says. At the end of the day, two women coming together is confusion. And all it is childlike perpetuation. Two immature entities coming together. So at the end of the day, yes, that's going to add on to stress, which decreases your lifeline. So, yes, if a woman was with a stable man, then, the stress decreases because the right man knows how to deal with a woman. And it's going to be certain things that she's going to acquiesce to based off of how that man is. And that's just going to make the dynamic more harmonious. There's no real harmony in homosexual relationships. It's just not. It's confusion. It's chaos. It's nonsensical. And it just speaks to the vibration of the world that we live in. Obviously, we understand the world we live in. And for people who say, oh, I don't believe in God, I don't do it. How can you not believe in the Most High when you have all these things that's going on this earth? This should tell you that there is a God because there's so much evil. You can't have good without evil, and vice versa. There's so much evil on this earth, and it just speaks to where we at, what world we living in, the credence to the scriptures in regards to the truth, right? Everything that's going on is prophecy. We are living in the fulfillment of prophecy. So all this stuff that's happening just lends credence to the validity of the scriptures. This right here is an abomination. This is confusion. Two men coming together, two women coming together, two trannies coming, whatever. It's all confusion. There's only two genders on the earth. And it's only meant for two people to come together, that being a man and a woman. That's it. Man and man coming together. The reason why it's wrong, not only because, the sexually transmitted diseases and everything else that come from that, but also you cannot procreate. You can't procreate. Procreation is nature. If you can't procreate, then that means that what you're doing is aside from nature, and therefore you're strange. You're weird. That's just what it is. Man and woman come together to procreate. Man and man can't procreate. Woman and woman can't procreate. That's how you know that those people, they need to be on their own island somewhere. They need help. But we live in this world where they make these things palatable. They make these things acceptable, and they normalize it to the point where you break down people who, once upon a time stood on something. But with all these different propaganda tactics, you break down people. Now some people, they strong and they understand what it is, and they're not gonna give in. But for the most part, you have a lot of people that just give in, and they become Luciferians, and they start talking about the earth and all this shit. And it's okay for you to be what you want to be and all this shit. They start to say shit like that. That's them being broken down. And that's all this is about. This is why they go hard with pushing all these new age philosophies and all these things, because it's meant to break people down, especially the children. That's why they focus on the children so hard. But I wanted to get into this post that I saw. Even though this happened some years ago, it just reminded me of, what this post was. So I just wanted to get into it. As for the baby, though he hasn't had any marquee feuds with rappers, he infamously offended the LGBTQIA plus community with his comments at Rolling Loud Miami 2021. Now these people were offended, but mind you, he did not even say their name. He did not say gay. He did not say LGBTQ. So this is how you know that they know that that's synonymous with them. Yes, he may have been talking and indirectly, but at the end of the day, he did not say their name. So you can't use this and say, hey, he's being offensive towards this community. He didn't say the name. He didn't say LGBTQ. That's how you know it's like the pot calling the kettle black type of thing. Like, that this applies to you. So you want to deem him this or that, or try to cancel him because what he's saying is the truth. So he goes on to say, if you didn't show up today with HIV, AIDS, or any of them deadly sexually transmitted diseases just because they are deadly, then put your cell phone lighter up. And that's the point of this video, where we went in the beginning about the post where it says that, lesbian women who come together are more likely to die than heterosexual women. Why is that? Because you have the higher rate of sexually transmitted disease, because women and women should not be together. Men and men should not be together. And I don't even know how the fuck women and women really do anything, because they they have a genitalia that goes inside. That's how you know females, they just receivers. Eve, she received. She received lies from the serpent. Women are receivers. That's why they have a vagina. Man is a giver. Man is an administrator. That's why you have a penis. You don't put your penis in a man's anal cavity. That's what are we doing? What are you doing? Right? Not even a woman's anus. Like, but the world we live in, man, where they justify wickedness and Satanism and Luciferianism, that's what it is. That's the world we live in. And it's no different with this one, where what he's saying is within this right. Is righteous, Ladies, if your pussy smell like water, put your cell phone light up. I mean, I guess it's a little ratchet, but it's still within this right, man. Fellas, if you ain't sucking dick in the parking lot, put your cell phone light up. These people got offended by this, and he did not even say LGBTQ. He did not say gay. He did not say lesbian. They got offended by this because they know that that's something that applies to them and that's synonymous with them, and it's a fact that that's what they do. That's what they do. They kill each other because what they're doing is wrong, and the Most High is judging them. And I forgot to even add that element into it. It's judgment. That's why they die faster, because the Most High knows that that's wrong. It's judgment. We have to consider that aspect of why people reach their demise, instead of just being all caught up in why. We have to understand that the Most High does these things because it's just His will. And obviously we can put two and two together in regards to why it happened if we have that spiritual bent, we have that spiritual understanding. No, okay, this person was a homosexual, so maybe the Most High judged him, and that was that. It's what it is. This person was, he was a person that was destructive in his household. This person was destructive in his family. That was judgment. So on and so forth.